Hi, this is Anand here. Going to see chapter 1, Computer Fundamentals. Hold on, please. Yes. So, the grade is NIOS, grade 12. Subject is Computer Science. Chapter 1, Computer Fundamentals. And the concept is Computer and Computer Organization, which is basics of computers. Right? You're going to see basics of computer. Okay, what do you know earlier? Anything that you know already? Right? What you know, we will just discuss. What is that? What is a computer? What is a computer? If anybody knows, those who know can say. Those who don't know can study. That's it. Many people may know. Some people might have studied. Some people might not have studied about computers, but they might have seen in the TVs. They might have seen the newspapers, right? They might have seen somewhere else, right? So what is a computer? It's an electronic device which is capable of getting the input. It processes the inputs and then give the outputs. That is a computer, electronic device. Have you used any input and output devices today? Many people, those who have already know, will say yes, we have used it. Input devices, we have used keyboard, mouse, we have used the monitors and all, right? We are going to see it one by one. Many people may not even use the computer at all. They might not know what is input and output devices, right? So those who already know can very well say what are the input and output devices. Can you name different types of computers? It's not like you say it's a Dell computer, it's a Lenovo. No, not like that. It's a type of computer, means like mainframe, hybrid computers, analog computers, computers of those types. That we will see. Right. By this end of this lesson, what you will learn the definition and characteristic of the computer. Then you will learn the classification of computers like analog, digital, mainframe, supercomputers. We will see that. Main components and functions of computer, types of input and output devices. This is what we are going to see. Okay, now the learning time, right? Now what are we going to learn is going to see. We will see one by one. Basics of computer. What is the computer? What are the functions? Right? What is the function? Characteristics and all we are going to learn. Classification of computer. Basics of computers, components of computers, components of CPU, then peripheral devices like input and output devices. All these we are going to learn. So what is the first thing that we are going to see is computer definition, characteristics, function and all we are going to learn. Just a minute, hold on. So let me share that. Yeah. Yes, you see here. Now about computer. Computer is an electronic device which is capable of getting the input, process the input, and then give the outputs. The output will be in the meaningful form, right? Characteristics is what? High speed. Suppose if I want to ask you to multiply what is 32,985 multiplied by 62,963. It's very difficult to work out on the paper. It takes a lot of time. But whereas when you do it on the calculator or on a computer, it gives it fast. Within fraction of a second, it will give you. Accuracy, very accurate. But if we give wrong inputs, you will get wrong outputs. Functions, too many functions it can perform. What it doesn't perform, we have to think. But what it performs too much, right? Numerous functions are there. Able to storage huge amounts, terabytes of data, megabytes, gigabytes of data, zettabytes, picobytes and all. It can store. Functions, what are the functions? As I already told you, like accept the data, it can process the data, it can store the data, it can retrieve the data, it can produce the output. All these are the functions of the computer, right? Now classification of computers. Let's come to this. All right. We'll see what are the classifications of the computer. All right. You see here. These are the classifications. You see the top three, the middle three, and the bottom three. The top three are the main types, three types: analog, digital, and hybrid. Right. So under that, these are further classified into workstations, mainframes, and all. Right. Analog computer. Let's learn it one by one. Let's learn what are analog computer. Analog computer, what it does, what it will process continuous data, right? Continuous data. It will process the continuous data. Like for example, blood pressure monitoring system, thermometer, speedometer. So all these are analog computers. So digital computers are what? Digital computers, the computer that you use in day-to-day life. It will process discrete data, not continuous data, discrete data. Example, laptops, desktops, iPads, mobile phones. And the digital computer can recognize only zeros and ones because they are machines, right? They can understand only zeros and ones. Okay, then next is the hybrid. Hybrid is a combination of both analog and digital. If I connect the blood pressure monitoring system, if I convert it into connect it to the digital computer, it will become a hybrid. So hybrid computers, example, flight simulators are also examples of hybrid computer. Now mainframes. Mainframes are what? They are powerful computers used by large organizations, right? For bulk process, data processing and critical applications. For bulk data processing and by large organizations, they are used. Supercomputers are extremely fast machines used for complex scientific calculations, right, and simulations. Workstations are what? High performance computers designed for technical or scientific applications by the professionals. Mini computers are what? Mid-sized computers used in small businesses for multi-user applications. Microcomputers are the computers which we are using now at homes, in the offices. Laptops, desktops, mobile phones, iPads, all these are used for by individuals. Microcomputers. Embedded computers are what? Computers built into other devices. Like washing machine, they will have a chip. Microwave oven will have a chip. Refrigerator will have a chip. All these are embedded computers. So next is what we are going to see. Next one is what? We are going to see components of computer. Components is what? It is nothing but the parts of computer. You can see there monitor, you can see speakers, you can see flash drive, keyboard, mouse, right? There is a cabinet, that's the box where you have the motherboard, you have the power supply box, you have the RAM, you have the ROM, you have the motherboard, and all is kind of is put in the cabinet, in the box, right? You will have the CPU, everything there in the box. You will have the monitor. All these are parts of computers. You should understand this. Okay, next one is CPU. Now we have to know what is the components of CPU. Now I'm going to give you components of CPU. You see here, this is components of. You will have the input and output, but CPU is what? CPU means it is the main unit. It is the brain of the computer. That's the brain. Like how we have the brain. We can talk, we can speak. You only with our brain. What we are doing now, even I am speaking to you. I'm doing. How am I doing? Brain is instructing me, so I am doing it. So same thing, CPU is like a brain. So it has three main components: control unit, arithmetic logic unit, memory unit. Control unit performs the overall operations of the computer. Arithmetic logic unit will perform arithmetic and logical operations, arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then logical operations like and, or, not, logical conditions, and all it will be doing. Memory unit is used to store the data temporarily or permanently. You have the RAM and ROM or primary memory, and hard disk, LCDs, I mean hard disk, CDs, DVDs, pen drives, or comes under the secondary storage, right? This comes under the CPU, components of CPU. Very good. Now we are going to see peripheral devices. Peripheral devices, let's see that. What is that? We will see. Peripheral devices are nothing but the input and output devices put together. You can see their monitor is there, you can see the printer there, you can see the microphone, you see the screen, you have the projector, you have the modem, right? You have the trackball, right? You have the microphone, all are there. So though they are peripheral devices. So now we are going to see input devices one by one. Let's see. All right. See, input device, difference between input and input device. Input is the process of giving the information. Input device is the hardware through which you give the input to the computer. You have to know the difference. Now you see the keyboard. Keyboard is having what? It is a QWERTY keyboard. It's called QWERTY, QWERTY, QWERTY keyboard it's called. So it has the function. Normal standard keyboard will have 104 keys will be there. It consists of letters, numbers, characters, function keys, special commands. All you can see, all the keys are available in the keyboard, right? So keyboard, I'll give it there. You see the keyboard there. I've put it on the left hand side. That is the keyboard, right? So mouse is what? Mouse is a pointing device that allows the users to interact with the computer by moving a cursor on the screen. You can click it, you can select the items. It has typically has the buttons and it has the scroll wheel at the bottom to move the cursor, right? So that is the mouse. You see the mouse types there at the bottom. You see on the left hand side. The letters are very small. The first one is called PS2 bar 2 mouse. The second one is the USB mouse. The third one is the wired mouse. The fourth one is the wireless mouse. The fifth one is the Bluetooth mouse. The first mouse, PS2 mouse, are not used nowadays because they use the serial port. Serial port are not available in the computer. So the other mouses are used nowadays, right? Next is what? Light pen. I'll tell you, light pen is not given in that, but I have shown the light pen on the left hand side. You can see. There will be a digital board that will be connected to the computer. You can write it on the board, on the pad, on the writing pad, so that whatever you write on the pad, it will be shown on the screen. You can draw technical drawings and all. You can draw using the light pen. So what is the next one? The scanner, right? So let me tell you the scanner. You can see on the left hand side. Scanner. What is that? It is used to convert physical documents into digital format. It converts the physical documents into digital format. So optical scanner use light to scan images. Light, it will use the light. Magnetic scanners will use the magnetic strips to scan the image, right? So these are scanners. Okay. Next is what? Touch screen. Touch screen is what you can see on the left hand side. Touch screen. You see what is touch screen? A touch screen is an input device that responds to finger. You can touch with the finger, you can touch with the stylus, right? It will allow to interact directly with the screen. It is commonly used in smartphones, mobile phones, tablets, etc. Right? Then the microphone is not there given there, but this is the microphone you can see there at the left hand side. So what a microphone? Captures sound and converts it into digital sounds, allowing the voice commands, speech recognition and audio recording. It is widely used in communication and virtual assistants. That is microphone, right? Next is trackball. Trackball is what? I'll give you here. You see the trackball there, right? Trackball. You see the trackball. Trackball is a pointing device with a stationary base and a rotating ball on the top with which you can rotate and move the cursor. It's an alternative to a mouse, but it used in special applications. Joystick. Next one is the joystick is used for playing games. You can rotate that and then you can use it for simulation purpose. Right. You also have, I will also tell you, there is other input devices called OCR. Optical character recognition. It will convert the image text into a readable text. OCR. MICR, magnetic ink character recognition. It will read the characters using magnetic ink, right? Magnetic ink. It is used in the check processing. You see at the bottom there will be an MICR code will be there. So this scanner MICR will detect that particular code in the check. It is used in the MICR is used in the banks actually. Next is the OMR. OMR also is an input device, but what it does is it will detect the marks made in the question paper, answer paper, right? So the students, what they will do, they will fill the bubbles for the correct answer on the paper, and the OMR will scan those and reads it, reads those marks, and they automatically they will read those bubbles as marks, right? So these are all the various. So what and all we have seen? We have seen joystick, trackball, microphone, touch screen, scanner, OCR, MICR, OMR, barcode reader. Barcode reader in every petty shop you can use you see they will scan the product to get the image details, to get the product details and also the price of it. So that is barcode reader. You should understand that. Apart from that, you know what is a light pen. I have told you, mouse, keyboard and all. Right. Now we'll see next one is output devices. We'll see that also. Wait a minute. All right, we'll see output devices now. Yes. See, output devices. Output is what? Process to get the output from the computer is output. Output device is the hardware through which we get the output from the computer. These are all examples of output devices. Say for example, monitor. Monitor is what? Monitor, you have two types of monitors here. To display the text or image, you use the monitor, right? You see the text on image on the monitor. There are two types. One is CRT, cathode ray tube. Long back they were using it. It uses the cathode ray tubes and electron beams to produce the image. Whereas LCD will use the liquid crystals to display the image. Nowadays you use only LCDs and LEDs. Not there is no cathode ray tubes available now. So next is printers. Printers will do what? It will convert the digital document into a physical hard copy. It will convert the physical digital documents into hard copies. I will show you the printers one by one, right? I will show you the inkjet printer. You see on the left hand side, you can see there. Inkjet printer is it uses the ink to print, right? You cannot print too many pages on too many pages. You cannot use this. Can print maximum of 30 pages or 40 pages depending on what you print. If you print text only the text, you can print lot of papers you can use. But if you print a photograph, immediately the ink will be finished. You will use the ink cartridge. If the ink is finished, you have to use the ink cartridge. Next is what? Let me show you. Next one is the laser printer. I'll show you. So laser printer, you can see there. Laser printer is on the left hand side. So that will use a concept called toner, powdered ink, to print. You can print bulk number of paper. You can use bulk number of paper. Too many papers you can use. Too many prints you can give, right? It uses the concept called toners. You have the color laser printer. You have the black and white laser printer also, right? Next one is the dot matrix. Dot matrix. The olden days, dot matrix were used. You see the dot matrix on the left hand side. Olden days, you can insert as many sheets as possible and keep on printing, but it will print very slowly. It was used long back, not now. Nowadays they are not using. So what it does, there will be a pin there. There will be pins there in the which will hit the ink ribbon. The ribbon will hit the paper to create the characters. So this is how this printers are used. I mean the dot matrix printer. Line printer. You can see line printer is what? You see the line printer, I'm showing it on the left hand side. So line printers are used for larger applications like bank processing and data processing centers. They are not used at homes or personal uses or in offices. They are not used, right? Because they are used for large scale processing. Too many sheets, you can keep on printing. So line printers are used. So next is what? Plotters. We have to see plotters. 1 minute. All right, we'll use plotters. What are plotters? I will show you that actually. What are plotters? Okay, plotter is again a printer. Is a type of printer. Plotter, you see there, plotter. It's a type of printer, but that is used for engineering drawings, technical drawings, architectural drawings. You use too many large sheets of paper you have to insert. You cannot use the A4 size small sheets and all. You cannot use there. You have to use, when you want to use large sheets and too many sheets, you have to use only the plotters. They are used for engineering and architectural purpose. They are not used for the other purpose. For normal purpose, they are not used, right? They are used in large scale applications again. Speakers. You know what are speakers actually? Speakers are what? Audio output devices. Understood? Audio output devices that converts the digital sound signal into audio sound waves. They are used for listening to music, watching videos and enhancing gaming experience. Speakers come in various types, including stereo, surround sound. Like you have the Bluetooth speakers, wireless speakers for different audio needs, right? So now we'll come back to the actual presentation. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. All right. Yes. So we have seen what we have seen. It's actually there. So now we have already studied this. Now pause and think. Which devices have you used? Now if I ask you, you can tell me very clearly. You can tell me if I ask you now. You can say yes, monitors. I've used mouse. I have used printers, right? I've used projectors. You can say that. I have used monitors. So you can say very well. All the devices that you know, you can say very well. So how is input and output device different from input device and output device? How is it different from input and output? Just I told you, input and output is just the process, but input device and output device is the hardware. Function is the same, but these are hardware. That is the process that you have to know. Can you name some examples of embedded computers? Yes, I can give you too many examples we can give. What are the examples that you can give? I can give washing machine. I can give example of a refrigerator. I can give the example of a microwave oven. I can give the example of a smart TV, ATM machines, digital cameras, everything you can use, right? So what have we learned now? We have learned about the computer, process and store data. They are classified into size and function. CPU is the central unit that is managing the operations, right? And input and output devices we have seen. We have also seen the storage that retains. Storage will be done later. Storage we have not seen now. We are going to see that in the next concept. The first concept we have seen about the computers. What are the types? We have seen that input types. We have seen the output. What are the output devices? What are the input devices? Right? Components of CPU, components of computer. So functions of computers, characteristics of computers we have seen. Check your understanding. What are the functions of computer? You know very well. Functions that does what? It can accept the data. Again, same thing. Accept the data, process the data, output the data, or produce the data, or produce the results. Right? Give examples of input and output devices. Too many are there. Right? You can give OCR, OMR, then mouse, keyboard, scanner, joystick. Right? All these you can give for input. Output devices are what? Monitor, printer, plotter, speaker, projectors. All these are output devices. Okay. What is the role of CPU? I told role of the CPU is what? It processes the data and instructions to control the overall operations of the computer. There are three main components, right? What are the that is control unit, arithmetic logic unit, memory unit. These are the three components of CPU, right? These are the three components of CPU that you have to understand. What differentiate between analog and digital? Analog produces continuous data. Digital produces discrete data. That's all. So now we have done with the session now. Next concept will be on memory, security, and then on ports. What ports you will be using? Memory units will be discussing memory storage devices, and then on security, data security, and system security we'll be seeing in the next session. Next concept. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.